Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video with me, the Off the Pace Gamer. Sticking to a very similar theme to last time, and that theme is some fairly poor sim racing on Gran Turismo Sport. But this time we're looking at the career mode, specifically the first race of the Premium Sports Lounge, which can be found in the Professional League. Now the reason I wanted to cover this one off and do a video for you guys on it is because if you get it right, you could almost call it a bit of a hack, and that's basically based on the very simplistic rules. So the rules are, you have to use a car from N100 up to and including N1000. It has to be in that gap. So essentially, rule number one, it can't be a racing car. Outside of that, there's only one other rule, and that is that the car you use has to be worth over 100,000 credits. That's it. 100,000 credits, and it can't be a racing car. And as you can imagine, that leaves an awful lot of cars at your disposal. And that's kind of the important bit, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So let's just say you do the race as intended. You jump in, let's say a Bugatti Veyron, because I know that's an N1000 car. That's the top end of what you're allowed to use for this race, and it is still absolutely worth doing, of course. So for 11 or 12 minutes driving, if you win, which you bloody well ought to, because Gran Turismo's AI are crap, always have been, and I get the feeling they always will be. I don't know why they can't get that right. It really does bug me. Anyway, you'll almost certainly win, and you'll almost certainly win very easily, which means you shouldn't have to push too hard. So you should get the clean race bonus. I braked very early for that corner, I didn't need to do that. But you should get the clean race bonus as well. So that, I believe, gives you something like 150,000 or 200,000 credits. But if you're a little bit clever with your car choice, you can actually pretty much double, maybe even more than double, the winnings for the race. So I have heard myths and rumours that you can use some N300 cars and even possibly a couple of N200 cars. Now I'm not going to do that today because I really, that's a lot of work. You're going to have to do that several times, and it's going to be a lot of trial and error. And also, I'm just not sure I'm good enough. So I've gone for an N400 car. So you're still 6 or 7 tiers off of the best car that you can use in the game. For instance, your Bugatti Veyron. But I've gone for a legend, an absolute belter of a car, a 1966 Mark I GT40 by Ford, the car that whooped Ferrari at Le Mans when everybody said it wasn't possible. A little bit of a segue, if you haven't seen Le Mans 66, and I believe in some countries, for reasons I can't fathom, it was called Ford versus Ferrari, then check it out. Even if you're not that into cars, go and check it out, because it is absolutely fantastic. And actually, if you're not into cars, I would question why you're watching this video, but thank you for that anyway, and please stay till the end. Oh, that was close. Please stay till the end, because, like I say, it does mean a lot. Now, segueing back to the race, I'm going to let that NSX go. He's going to hit me. No, he's not going to hit me. I have a little bit of a confession to make. So, if you know me at all, you will know that if I'm driving any car really, but especially a classic car, in a game or in a sim, I like to have it as true to life as possible. I don't like tuning the cars or anything like that, and with classic cars like this, I like to make sure all of the driving aids are switched off. I like to switch off traction control, stability control and ABS, because of course in real life these cars would never have had such things. But you may have noticed a couple of little flashing lights coming from the bottom of the screen where the stability control is on and the ABS is on. There's a very good reason for that. So before I filmed this, I wanted to make sure that this car was actually capable of winning the race, because it seems silly to do a race about how much money you can win, just to not show you how much money you can win. Now, normally I wouldn't care if I lost, even if it was on film and on YouTube on a video that I was doing, because it's just a laugh, it really doesn't matter. But for the purposes of this video, I decided to switch a couple of the driving aids back on because of the very corner that I just went around, actually. So what was happening is I was going into that corner, the back end was stepping out, then the front end would let go, and I was essentially going around there in a four-wheel drift, which was brilliant fun, but of no use to anybody if you want to win the race. And I actually ended up finishing fourth, which was good enough to know that the car is capable of winning. Maybe not in my hands, we shall see in 8 laps time, but it wasn't good enough to win the race, so I put them back on just to make sure that we, you know, have the best chance of getting this done first time out. Sorry, just concentrating for a second. Oh yeah, brake in front of me for no reason whatsoever. Why not? Classic Gran Turismo move there. So a couple of ideas I've got for some videos. So I've got a couple more on Gran Turismo Sport that I'd like to put together. But also I want to do a couple of standalone videos. One of which I want to do a game pickups video, which is an idea I got off of a chap in America called Metal Jesus. I'm sure if you're into gaming at all, you've heard of him, and hopefully you watch his stuff and his crew. Their videos are really interesting, really good fun, and just generally a blast, so go and check his stuff out. But yeah, so he does something called game pickups, where he has got some games recently from local stores or wherever, and he just basically shows you what he's bought. I'm going to do that, and also there's another video I'd like to do where I'm going to review a steering wheel that I purchased. It's not the steering wheel that I'm using now, that is the clean race bonus gone. I don't believe it after all that. I should have let him go. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to review a wheel that I bought recently. Now, it's not the Logitech wheel that I'm using here. I bought that very recently, but it's actually a wireless wheel that I bought for the PlayStation 4. And the reason I want to do a review of it is because it's a little bit interesting, because it's not very straightforward. It manages to be excellent and rubbish all at the same time. So yeah, I'm going to do a review on that. Now, if there's anything else you guys out there would like me to review, or any video ideas you have, I'd love to get some feedback, and I'd love to know what you guys would like me to do, other than bugger off, because that would just be a little bit harsh, although completely understandable. Oh, get out the way. Where was I? See, this is the problem. I do struggle to drive and talk, apparently. Yeah, so any videos you guys would like me to do, there's a list in my previous video. I did list off all of the consoles that I own. I'm not going to do that again now, because like I say, I did it all in the last video. Oh, he's going to hit me. He's going to hit me. I'm going to be an arse, and I'm going to stop him from overtaking me on this corner. So if there's anything, you know, any of the older consoles or any other consoles that you'd like to look at, or would like me to do some videos on, then just let me know. I've got games for all of them, obviously, and I'd be more than happy to do that, apart from the Atari 2600, which is in the loft, and I'm not getting it out because I can't be bothered. So don't choose that one, but any of the others, let me know what you'd like me to cover off. I will do that. In the future, I've got a few ideas as well, so I'm hoping to get a guest gamer who's equally as average as I am, and maybe do a playthrough of a full, fairly shortish game. I'm not going to reveal what that is just yet, but hopefully that's going to be when, you know, when this lockdown's finished, maybe over Christmas, or maybe in the early part of next year. Something else I'd be interested to know as well from people is if you have pre-ordered either the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, and if you haven't done that, I'd love to know if you're now regretting that decision. I've been doing a little bit of research, a little bit of reading up, and it doesn't look like, certainly PlayStation, Sony, it doesn't look like they're going to release a Pro version for at least 3 years, which, you know, I was thinking maybe 10 months or a year, maybe in time for next Christmas they would release a Pro version, but it looks like it's going to be a lot longer away than that, which has made me sort of be a little bit on the fence as to whether I've made the right decision in not buying a standard one now, and how long it's going to be until I'm able to order one, because a lot of places, I've tried a few places now, I say tried, I've looked up a few places now, and you can't actually pre-order them at the moment because there's none available. Sony and Microsoft obviously doing the classic Nintendo trick of not releasing enough stock to keep the prices as high as they possibly can. Excuse me. So yeah, I'd love to know if you have bought one, and if you're, you know, I think it's the 19th it comes out, and I'd also love to know if you didn't buy one and you're now regretting that a little bit, like I am. And yeah, that's about it really. So we're coming up to the last lap. It's not looking good for me, to be honest. Here's the NSX again. I don't think what's in front of me now is the car that's winning the race. Or I don't know, it's going somewhere, it might be. Is that a McLaren F1? If it is, we might actually win this. It's going to be really, really tight. Try and get in his slipstream coming up here. Oh, blimey, it's disappearing off into the distance already. But try and stay in its slipstream as best as possible. I might just take him on the last corner. I might be a bit far away, so I'm going to risk everything to get past him. Brake really late while turning, which is a really stupid idea. He's braking, he doesn't handle very well, which is excellent. Got round him. Now I think earlier on we would have lost the clean race bonus, but we are going to win the race, which is excellent news. That was actually really difficult, doing that in this car while trying to talk. So I probably badgered on about absolute bollocks there. There you go, 345,000. You get clean race bonus of 50%, car handicap for using an N400 car, 130%. And also obviously you get a buttload of points as well. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful. Check out the race. Even if you use something like an N600 or an N700 car, you're still easily going to clear 250,000 credits for what has been, I mean, I don't know how long has it been, maybe not even 15 minutes worth. So yeah, hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.